Hello and welcome to Library Salad. Today's episode is crayons, not just for kids anymore, brought to you by the Monroeville Public Library in Pennsylvania. Hi, I'm Alice. We'll toss things around, maybe not too far. And we're going to be talking about crayons and other things that you can do just besides basically coloring with them. Crayola did not invent crayons. Actually, the birthplace of crayons was Europe. But having them come across the ocean to the United States proved very expensive. So in 1902, Crayola, and that would be Binney and Smith, invented the crayon, and Binney's first name was Alice. No relation. So, interesting is that now adults are using crayons more. Sometimes just for a little bit of relaxation to draw with it, brings them back to childhood, but there's a lot of other things that you can make with it. But back to the historical part of it. If you'd like to learn a little bit more, book Crayola, and that's by Lisa Solomon and Crayola. And fun fact in that, you may remember the Crayola with the 64 crayons built-in sharpener. Here's the advertisement. What year was that box came out with the sharpener? Answer is 1958. I thought it was much later than that. Apparently I'm wrong. So what else can we do with the crayons? Recently I was looking for some wall art, and a lot of it's contemporary now. That's great, but sometimes the contemporary ones, I say to myself, I can make that. So we're gonna do a couple of things, and let's see what we can do creatively. Easy. Here's just basic canvas. We had one of these left over from a program at the library. I just took some old acrylic paint, made it all white, and then glued some crayons on it. I've chosen green so that we're going to use the hairdryer on it. That's going to melt, fingers crossed, come out as the stems and leaves, and then we'll add these to it. Now, you can make this any color. Your bedroom or any other room you want to put it in, maybe orange, maybe purple, whatever you want. This, make it what you like. All right, we're going to give it the old try, and I'm putting it on high. Bring it a little bit hotter. See how when I think that wasn't good. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, so did not turn out exactly the way I hoped it would. I'm trying to help it along at this point. Basically, I was just getting it a little more loose again. When I moved it, the hairdryer fell. It was good times. Anyway, so make sure that you cover your surfaces, people. And basically, what I'm looking at is, I'm sure you can do better than this. All right, but just as a gist of how
set the bar low.
Set the bar low, and you will be pleasantly surprised as what you can do. Let me just get these things that fell on the floor during the first part of it. And the gist would be, follow me if you will, is that if you had it coming out like that, okay, then put hot glue. I'm not even gonna waste the glue on this, and if you had it like this, you would then complete your picture. So I think the key to it is, as soon as it starts melting a little bit in, it is a slow process. This did take a couple of minutes to even get to this point. I'd like to tell you the truth of these things. And then maybe a little paintbrush to actually bring it through. You can also have an actual template underneath. Let's say your favorite movie is Singing in the Rain, okay? Template of an umbrella, have this coming over the umbrella. That could look nice. This, not so much. Anyway, we are gonna move on, people, to jewelry. Making your own jewelry is becoming very popular. It has been for a while. You can find it in any of the craft stores. I bought these they were just, one set for about $5. I took assorted crayons, used an X-Acto knife, cut them into little pieces. You can, whatever you normally would want to cut that with. And then what we're going to do is, each one you can do a different color depending on the colors that you like. Simply put a couple in there. You're not going to jam it really tightly because these are going to spread out. I'm going to give a little bit of this color, give it an extra. We're going to do a small assortment like that. We're going to do one with the green. Let's go like this with those colors. And then we're going to take everything, and you may just have these at the bottom of your crayon box or wherever. You don't even have to maybe cut them, because they certainly don't have to be in an exact, whoops, let's just get that paper out of there. Just go like this. This is simply going to go into, don't tell me, 350 degrees, and it's just going to be for 5 minutes to get them to melt. So basically, when they're finished, you're going to put a coating of clear, when they're cool, coating of clear nail polish. I threw my clear nail polish out about a week ago saying I don't need this, it's really old. But you can do that, or you can even put it through a key ring. So the possibilities are endless, people. So I'm going to be putting this into the oven. Let's see how this one turns out. All right, okay. Next, we're going to be using the rocks to put the crayon color on top of it. This can either be a simple paperweight. You don't see people use paperweights anymore, but they're coming back. They are now. And or a flatter one would be able to hold things like jewelry. These are small. These are the only sizes that I found this afternoon at the library, but usually they're made larger. One step back, for the jewelry, I incorrectly said the oven was 350. No, for the jewelry, it's 300. Thank goodness Rich is here, so when we stop filming, he goes, I think you meant to say. So anyway, we're gonna put these in the oven, make them hot, and then for 5 minutes, I call them 5 to 7, because they're small. If you have the larger rocks, then you'd be talking more of a 10 plus. So getting them hot, I'll take them out, and then let's see what happens. All right, took it out after about 7 minutes. Be very careful. Obviously, the rocks are hot. We hope so. That's what we're aiming for. So while they're hot, let's go with a lighter color. Let's go like this. Let's do another one sort of like the same over here. Then we'll go around like that. And you can grab any color that you like, and they also really mix in nicely with each other. We can go lighter on this rock. I really am very surprised how hot the rocks got and how well everything is melting on it. And you can do these any way you like with any color you want. Let's go a little darker. And the last one. A little bit of everything. See, you really don't have to be talented at all, people. Basically, you can do this and then get a little bit to the bottom. I'm just giving you a quick example here. Let's go. This would be good for teaching people, okay, you mix this color and this color, And here's what we've got. So we will just let this dry and see what it looks like. And now for our last project. Remember I had said about we could probably do some artwork as beautiful as those seen in the stores. What I did was I found this little bitty canvas at the library, and this would make a good test. You know, if you were working from home and only have a small area, here's your artwork. Want to practice on this? Do a larger one later? Fantastic. I took the crayons. I didn't have the sharpener in the back of the box, but I had a regular sharpener. Used them in there. I've taken some out already. These are the rest of them. And I'm just going to sprinkle around. And then, if you can't get that out of there, just use a toothpick to get the little pieces. And piece of wax paper, I'm putting it on a pot holder just so that I don't burn the rest of the table or something. But down that, I have it on low. I'm just going to give it a test. There you go. Now, if you had put more, you could have had the whole thing covered. If you prefer it not to be covered, there you go. I've seen just as nice art, not just as nice artwork in the store. So
Shark test.
Let's recap. And here's the gallery. Let's recap. All right. This, I added the flowers to it. And if you add in the flowers, you will really get to see how badly this came out. Try that one. Now, the rocks. I like the way the rocks came out. And if you use a bigger rock, you're going to be able to use more colors. And I think you get a little more different tones on that. I like that. These actually... And watch this, okay? See the front? Look how the back looks so much nicer. I couldn't believe it. Basically, these charms also come with a back. I couldn't find them. But, so if you had the back, they wouldn't at least leak as much. These did have, well, leaking a little bit on the sides, but I took the X-Acto knife, cut those. They still need a little bit cleaning, but I think it's got possibilities. And last but not least, here's the little fellow, right? Picture this much larger with colors that you wanted, add more or less of the crayons. And I'm telling you, you could go side by side with some of the ones in the local stores that are going for $200 by people. So, money saver. There you have it. Be careful. Everything took something a little bit hot to use to get in this way. So, crayons, not just for kids anymore.